Hi, I'm Bonesy and welcome to How to Tie a Hair Rig. Now this rig has got to have accounted for more fish than every other rig on the market and it's super easy to tie. So let's get started with how to tie this super simple rig. So let's look at what I'm going to use to tie this rig. Now I've got a coated braid here, so that is a braid that has got a outer coating that you can strip off. You could tie this rig with braid or you could tie it with mono, but for this demonstration I'm going to show you using a coated hook link. I've then got a large size 2 wide gape hook. The reason that I've got one of these in such a large size is because it makes it a bit easier for you guys to see. I've got a hair stop and I've got a bait that I'm going to use for my rig. So what we do to start off with, I take the rig material and I'm going to strip off around 5-6 inches, and all I do is I measure it up, put it between my teeth and pull, and you can see the material comes off nice and easy, revealing nice supple braid underneath the coating. Once I've done this, I'm going to tie a simple loop in the end of the braid. Now this is called the hair loop, and to do this you simply fold over the braid, give yourself about an inch, and what I'm going to do is create a loop, very small loop like that. Just pinch it in between my fingers, take a baiting needle, poke the needle through, grab hold of the loop end, pull it back through the knot, and then all I'm going to do is moisten it up and pull it tight. And what I've created is a little tiny loop on the end of the braid, and this is known as the hair loop. Once I've done that, I'm going to trim off the tag end just to keep it nice and neat. So I take my scissors, nice sharp braid scissors, just trim that off. And next what I'm going to do is I'm going to mount the bait. And the reason I do this is so I can set the gap between the bait and the curve of the hook. Now for this demonstration, I'm using one of the Evo hook baits. These are cured hook baits, which are covered in salt, which is always good at this time of year in the winter. I'm going to pierce that onto my baiting needle, and I'm going to thread that onto the loop. So I simply pop the needle into the loop, hook it on, pull the bait down onto the loop like so, remove the needle, grab my hair stop through the loop, and then I pull the loop down into the boilie, trapping the hair stop like that, and I've got the hair stop at the top of the boilie nice and secure with the loop inside. Next what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my material, grab my hook, and I'm going to poke the material down through the eye. I'm then going to pull it through and I'm going to set the length of my hair. Now to do this, I just simply pull the material through the loop, and what I want is a gap from the boilie to the curve of the hook. I normally go with about the width of my little fingernail, and then I'm going to trap it in place between my 2 fingers on my left hand. Then, like I showed you the knotless knot, I'm going to take hold of the material, start whipping down the shank opposite where the eye joins the shank. So I'm going to go around once, twice, 3, 4, 5, 6. That will do. I'm then going to come back through the eye, pull it tight, and there we go. I've tied a simple knotless knot. I've got a little break in the material between the eye and the coated material, which just gives it a little bit of movement, look. And that there is how you tie a very basic hair rig. So there's our basic hair rig tied. Now we've got to attach it to our chosen lead setup. And for me, I tend to use a quick change system quite a lot. So for that, I would need one of these, which is an anti-tangle sleeve. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to thread that onto the material, just like that, very simply. Push it down to the hook, and then I'm going to set the length of my rig. Now a good starting point for most fishing situations is about 6 inches, which I know is about there. And then I'm going to tie a loop exactly the same way as I tied the loop on the end of the hair. So I'm going to fold my material over. I'm going to make the loop. The only difference is I tend to do a figure of 8 knot. So what I do here is I make the loop and I twist the loop like that, just 180 degrees. Then take my trusty baiting needle through the loop, grab the other loop and pull it through like that. Oh, let it go. There we go. Get hold of the loop, and you can see it's called a figure of 8 because it makes a knot in the shape of figure of 8. Moisten it up like that. Pull it down nice and tight. Just get hold of the hook in that end. Little pull. There we go. I've got a nice, neat, tight knot. Then take my trusty scissors. Love these scissors. Boom. that, and then I'm going to pull the anti-tangle sleeve back over the knot, and then I'll use that to attach it to my quick change system. And there we have a lovely rig ready to go out for Mr. Carp to pick up. So there we have it, the hair rig. This rig has caught so many fish for me, it is untrue. But not only that, it was also the foundation for me going on to learn so many different rigs that I can use in so many different situations. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this how-to. Don't forget, if there's anything you want us to cover, then perhaps just drop it in the comments below or send us a message on any one of our social media channels. But for now, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button to keep in touch with all the videos coming from us guys at Team Trakker.